The evening of secrets. B and Sam are sharing their past. How will the night end for them? Yes, today we are back with the next part of Mindreader on the episode Choose Your Story. If you've not seen the other ones, go catch up on the wild story right here. We hiked our way into the master's abode up in the mountains. We have learned more about our mind reading. We are training for our mission. And we're starting to get closer to Sam. And to begin to officially get close, secrets have to be gone. So the past has to be brought to light. And Sam is finally about to open up. So we are going to see what happens here. But please go follow the amazing author Alusza. Go read her stories. They're so good. If you enjoy this video, please consider giving it a like as it helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's start the Mind Reader drama. Sam, I'm the only one that opens up here. You know so many things about me and I don't know anything. I'm not going to open up even more just so you feel in control again. So let's just jump before the strike comes again. I don't need to. Fine. I'll start. Okay, what do you want to know? The tattoo. What about my tattoo? It looks like it's from some gang. I was always curious as to why you have it when you're basically a cop. It's nothing interesting. Fine, where to start? I don't even know his tattoo had like a thing. As you know, my father was rather strict when it came to our abilities. Since he didn't have anyone in the family who'd read minds, he was lost just like you. So it became his little aim to teach me how to master my abilities. He wanted good, but he pushed our turning to the edge along with raising me. I was supposed to be tough so I wouldn't get hurt that easily. Sometimes you could call his behavior abusive. It wasn't physical violence, he never touched me, more like constantly reminding me that I was not good enough. My mother tried to watch him so we didn't cross the line, but she couldn't do it all the time and the damage was done. Not much time passed and I decided that I had enough and followed my own way. Oh. That's what happens. You just can't be doing none of that. My teenage years you could call the rebel time. I was almost cut off from my family, talking only with my mother. My ability was my biggest burden, so I tried to use it in a very selfish way, playing with people. I knew everything about everyone, my school, my neighborhood, my city, and I used it to my advantage. That was a time when I needed more confidence, and my father's approach did the opposite. I thought the tattoo would help show people who was in charge. And I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to piss off my father too. Oh wow, it worked pretty well. He was mad as hell. Okay, how exactly did you go from a bad boy to a lawful agent? I got shot. Oh, you were shot by who? I got into a fight with one bad guy who had connections with the local gang. They warned me by shooting my arm and chest. That's horrible. It let me get closer with my father though. I almost died back then and he was there to support me, something I didn't experience when I was young. I guess he tried to redeem himself after seeing that he could have lost me for good. The worst part was my mother. I noticed that she was a wreck because of me. I just refused to see how my behavior had hurt her before. She always tried her best to make us a happy family. I tried to fix it, then my father sent me to the police academy. And I met Phil. Now, it wasn't that interesting, was it? It was very interesting. Are you kidding me? I'd never tell you you're a troublemaker, Agent Graham. It's been a long way for me. You know how it is to be tempted by our abilities and how frustrating and overwhelming it can be. Yeah, tell me about it. So now it's my turn. There's not much to tell you now. Are you sure? Because one thing kept bothering me. Why did you hate the police? Oh, what do you... Come on, I sensed it the first minute I met you. You despise cops. I get that you're a fraud, but there was no reason to keep so much hate inside just because you decided to be a criminal. So there must have been a reason. Oh, we're really getting, well, you know, my past. They were a pain in the ass. You know what? We can end for today. I'm telling, as you said, you shouldn't do it just because of the strikes. Let's forget about it. They hurt someone I cared about. Someone you cared about. I was in love once. I met Ryder through Jeffrey. They were friends. Ryder? They did little fraudulent transactions before. Jeff introduced me to him when I was 15. Ryder was known as a skilled burglar. He could open every lock in town. It was like a strike. My knees got weak the moment I saw him. I felt hard for him for the very first minute, and the feeling was mutual. Oh, wow. We did not know this. Ryder's life was far more dangerous than Jeff's and mine. He was tied to one of the local gangs. Usually they were breaking into some warehouses. I didn't mind though. Back then, all I cared about was how he made me feel. And he made me feel like I was the one. And one day I lost it all. One of his robberies didn't go well. He tried to run away, and he got shot by a police officer. Jeff got to know about it immediately, so I took my shot to confront the gossip. There was a crowd of people gathering around my boyfriend in a pool of blood. I couldn't even say goodbye. That was the last time I saw him, or should I say his body. The lump in my throat didn't let me say anything else. All memories came back even if I almost forgot. He was a good guy, you know. I bet he was. I'm sorry. It's in the past, it doesn't matter anymore. Your feelings matter, but you moved on, right? It's been many years. I didn't trust cops and stuff, but with time I managed to deal with it. But I've never felt that love again. Not until I met you. That's what I wanted to say, but something stopped me. Although I felt like he knew what I had in mind, Samuel hugged me and my breath became stable. Soon I sank into his comforting embrace. It felt so good to be in his arms, to see what was important right here, right now. The trust. He already shared a lot, but I was tempted to ask about one more thing. I might try, have you ever been in love? Oh, we got the gold option, people. B. You kept your distance with Candy, never let anyone in. You're still scared of letting me in. So I was thinking, have you ever loved anyone? Ugh. What's the tea? He did. And it broke my heart. I met Eden during one of our parties. She immediately caught my eye. As with your man, it was like a strike. Our families are very similar, so we had a common ground felt connection. She was bold, intelligent, beautiful. She had me wrapped around her finger. I was young and I never fell so hard for someone. I felt like I could trust her with my life. Weeks passed and I was falling harder and harder. Soon Eden became a little addiction. I even started to think about our future together. I wanted to get out of the city, I wanted to travel the world, and she seemed the perfect fit for it for me. But as I mentioned, an affection is an easy way to dig into someone's memories. When she was with me, her mind was focused only on me. But as soon as I checked her memories, I saw that all the time she was seeing someone else. I confronted her and she said it was just a mistake and she loved only me. But I could read she wasn't being honest. The first time I saw right through her that I was just her distraction. Oh, I was mad at myself for letting my guard down so easily. She never treated me seriously. And it hurt much more than it should have. Then you decided to shut people out. It wasn't a conscious decision, but I felt that caring about someone would only cause me pain. But sometimes you can't help your feelings. They start to consume you, like with you. Oh, thank you for sharing that, Sam, like with you. Okay, can we take a bite out of you now? Now I know why you freaked out about all the secrets. I had my reasons, but I shouldn't have treated you like that anyway. You had every right to be mad at me. I lied to you so many times. It was such a mess, I'm sorry. Hey, come on, water under the bridge, right? I trust you now, that's all that matters. Come here. We stayed like that for a little longer and I felt like the memories are flowing right through us. Okay, so I think like we're finally starting to fix little lightning strikes because they're hugging and being emotional and nothing's happening. Also, thank goodness they aren't actually siblings, y'all. My goodness, we don't have reception out here. We could not call Noah really quick. But this time there was no strike, no one feeling. The only thing I felt was a lightness in my heart and I knew Sam felt it too. It wasn't that bad, huh? Did he feel it too? Yes, the tension is gone. So the master was right after all. Samuel's eyes locked with mine. Video call. Spend the night with Samuel. Yes, we're gonna spend the night with Samuel. My finger started to trace Samuel's shirt. Well, it could end a little better than with us mentioning our exes. Do you have something in mind? Are the handcuffs making the comeback? Oh, we're kissing. Samuel didn't waste his time. I let out a silent gasp when his lips met mine again. Ooh, beautiful. Did we get real crazy? I'm not sure, my body was trapped under his weight. And I'm not sure how much. Okay, they're just lying there admiring. Admiring the person who was always at my fingertips but never reachable. The feeling of the heat of his body so close to mine. It was a dream I never wanted to wake up. You know, I couldn't get your teasing the other night out of my head. Do you want to punish me, Officer Graham? Didn't it ever cross your mind what it would be like to be with another mind reader? Oh, his hands slip. Oh my goodness. I was losing my mind trying not to touch you. I wasn't sure that you didn't want to touch me. When I stopped glaring at Sam's perfect body, our eyes met. Didn't you say that you wouldn't sleep with me for fun? Is it only fun for you? That kiss said otherwise. You felt it too. Samuel stared into my eyes and our hands met. I don't know. It's still so shocking to me that we're this close. We're this close with Samuel now. His thumb started to caress the inner side of my palm. That caring side of him, I didn't want it to stop. It's not for fun. It never was. I didn't tell you, but this artwork is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I told Noah we would only remain friends and that a deep sigh left my lips that I want to try it. Try to give us a chance if you're still... Things are going. Oh my gosh. This art really is gorgeous. My goodness. Samuel's gaze became softer. He sighed with relief and his hands wrapped me even tighter. I don't know if it'll work out. You're still intimidating and we have a lot to discuss. I don't even know how you feel about me. How I feel. He put one of his fingers on my lips and moved it slowly back and forth. Blanca, there's no one else that I'll ever want. Oh, I gasped. Even if I tried to control myself, my eyes were filled with tears. It meant a lot since I knew he wasn't the I love you type. It's only you. He smiled and kissed me on the cheek. Samuel, I almost called him Noah. Samuel, as much as I enjoyed this romantic side doesn't suit you, partner. A silent chuckle left his lips. I'm not used to these scenes with Samuel. Then let's stop it. Samuel's pupils dilated even more, making his eyes almost black. Peppering my neck with kisses, his hand was traveling down my waist, my hips, and lower. Slip and slide in. Should I be the one teasing now? What it would be like to be with another mind reader. His talk worked well, but I still felt I shouldn't show how he was affecting me. If that's your punishment, it doesn't work well. Oh, his hands moving lower. He leaned towards me, stopping his lips just inches from my neck. Oh, I don't want to punish you. I want to make you mine. Oh! We can turn the thoughts on or off, right? The thoughts. Okay, both ways are cool. We can do turn on your mind reading. You know what? You might as well use it without a word. I allowed him to get into my mind. It wasn't anything new for us. We've been there before. He taught me how to control my thoughts. I was just curious how he'd use it when we went further. Oh, he began. But now it's time for me. Let me in. Oh, he was picking carefully. What did he want me to hear? Okay, but the best part was waking up in his embrace. We are here for the next morning. Oh, her back hurts. I mean, she went through a lot last night, I bet. The view definitely makes up sleeping on the rocks. We need to get back. The master's waiting for us. But I don't want to go yet. Soaring much? You wish. Oh. Oh. Breakfast is served. You know, the master's sitting here like, you're late. How was your time? Is it that obvious? We couldn't wake up that early. Your schedule's such a killer. Did you manage to work on your trust? Was that the source of the strikes? Master 69 was correct. You were right. I think we're good now. I'm always right, kids. I'm happy to see you're good now. Blanca, Samuel mentioned one thing before you arrived. He said you were raised in the orphanage, right? Yes, why? I've heard that you're bothered because you don't know anything about your roots. Well, I try not to think about it. But when I see situations, I couldn't speak, I'm still shook after the last scene. Situations like the photo of Samuel and his dad. It stings a little. They'll never know if they're alive or how they... Samuel placed a hand on my back. He tried his best to comfort me. It's hard indeed. That's why I wanted to help you. What do you mean? If you won't, we can dig into your memories. And find the last recollection of your parents. Oh, wow!